Hello everyone, and welcome to The Darkest Dungeon. This is a series I've been looking forward to since this game came out. Actually, in fact, I would have had a video, I would have started my series on it a bit sooner, but I wanted to play it, at least a little thoroughly, just so that I wasn't going in blind and messing everything up, right out the gate. Probably, it wasn't a huge concern, truthfully. I probably could have done this a little bit earlier, but I'm glad. I'm pretty well acquainted with the game now. I would consider, at least in its current state, it is an early access title. It is fairly feature complete, at least. As far as I'm aware, they just have the last two areas to add in. And, some minor bugs here and there. But on the whole, yes, I'm very excited, and I'm excited to show you what type of game this is. Let's watch the intro cinematic first, and get you an idea for what's going on here.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity. Until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Hoo-wee! So basically, looking for ultimate power, they dug too deep beneath the castle and unleashed a horde of eldritch abominations and Lovecraftian horrors, and they now pollute the island. So yeah, pretty grim stuff. Let's get started, shall we? As you can see, I already have a file here. I'm about 20 weeks in. A week is basically one trip to a dungeon, so 19 missions in, or dungeons in, I suppose you could say. Let's start our second file here, and I don't know, that intro cinematic, that old guy, the seal on the ring, that really reminds me of Umineko, an anime I watched recently, and I'm kind of currently obsessed with. So this whole mansion on an island thing as well. So we are going to call this the Ushiromiya estate. After the family in that particular show. Right, there's going to be one more cinematic here at the start of the game, and that should be it, as far as I'm aware, in the game as a whole. I am told that there's a placeholder ending right now for as much as they've done, so I don't know, we might come across that eventually. It'll take a while, though, trust me.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Alrighty then. I am super excited to get started here, guys. I am really, really excited to play this for you in general, and especially to, you know, maybe alert some people who didn't know about this game to it and share it with those people, because oh my goodness, I love it. So basically, what we have here, it's as far as combat is concerned, it's kind of your typical 4-party turn-based RPG. Here, of course, we only have our first 2 party members. That will be rectified quickly. Now, when you're looking at your map, you want to pick what room you'll go to. You'll then enter a corridor.
Have run up these lanes.
And this is where you...
It is just ahead.
You know, this is how you progress through the dungeon. You're always just walking along corridors. There isn't a lot in terms of, like, 3D space exploration. Now, it's important to note, you can move your party members during combat as well, although then it takes a turn. And this is important because as you look at their skills down here, you can see the white spots tell you what position they have to be in to use the spell, and the red spots dots tell you what they attack. And now, what's especially important to keep in mind here is, like, Smite here, you can see you can target the front 2 guys. Zealous Accusation will target both of the front 2. That's what that little connection means. And of course, they all have base accuracies, damage modifiers, your base damage being determined by your equipment. Yeah. We're gonna get into a fight right away here. This really won't be a problem, of course. Their self and party buff skills, as well as debuff skills, of course. We are not going to mess around, though. We're just going to open this guy's vein. Hope he bleeds. Indeed. Bleed and blight is what they call poison, effectively, in this game. And those are, as you would expect, damage over time things. What's interesting is that they happen at the beginning of your turn, which can be really important when dealing with enemies to take that into account. They will take bleed and blight damage before they can act. So if they are bleeding or blighted and have only 1 or 2 hit points left, you can actually ignore them safely, and they should just perish when it gets to be their turn. They started us off with a little food here. You can eat it as a consumable just at any point to recover a little bit of health, but that's not generally when you want to use it. You may also notice our torch up here. We have a torch meter, and depending on what segment of the torch this is in, we'll have different bonuses and debuffs. For instance, after this first little tick, stress will go up. We'll get less scouting and less of a chance to surprise monsters, but, you know, the lower it gets, you get benefits too, like higher crit chances and whatnot. It's a really interesting system to kind of figure out where you want to balance that light. Me, personally, call me a scaredy cat, I like to keep it up all the time. Now, there are also interactable objects, some more questionable than others, that you want to check for supplies. I check pretty liberally most of the things that we're going to come across. But again, sometimes, like, if you just find a crate, there's a pretty good chance that'll contain loot, or at best, or at worst, nothing. But in the dungeon, you can say come across, like, an Iron Maiden, and that could give one of your characters Lockjaw, which lowers their stats. See, this is another kind of trait of this game. are these quirks that your people can accumulate through experiences and just over time. Good ones and bad ones that will affect, like Kleptomaniac, for example. Reynald here, we are going to rename characters, by the way, eventually. Reynald here is prone to just, like, oh, hey, there's a crate over there. Hey, you don't even get a chance. You don't even get a choice. I'm going to loot it, and then if there's stuff in it, I'm going to take it for myself. And you don't even get the gold or the food or the whatever was in there. So there's that. Some quirks, negative quirks, convey stat penalties. Some determine how they can relieve stress, which is this white meter down here. And that is as important as a health bar to maintain. Maybe not as important. If it fills up, they don't automatically die. But it will bring out their negative traits and cause them to act a little bit more erratically. And you really don't want it. So yeah, let's move on here though. Enough explaining for now. Got another fight. Now here they show off that there are some enemies, such as this guy, who take up 2 spots. And that's something very important to keep in mind, is that enemies can do that. Now me, I like to take out the little guys in back first, so we're going to miss, which is unfortunate. But we are going to keep trying for him back there. Now, do I want to Bulwark? Plus 20% protection. Honestly, I don't think this fight's going to go on long enough to warrant it. I could try and stun him, but it doesn't do much damage, and he has a 50% chance to resist it, as you can see down here. So honestly, I can't hit the back guy with him, so we're just going to try and tear through this guy with Reynald. Blanket fire is kind of what makes these guys so annoying. They can target your whole party at once, and it sucks. 10 HP. Okay, now I kind of feel like I want to target this guy. Just get rid of him. 7, bleed. Bleed, 2 point. Ah, he's still going to have 1 health. That is a big bummer. Especially since he got to point blank shot there. Now, see, this is something important to keep in mind, is that certain enemies will have attacks that can move you around, and that can be a huge detriment. That can also just happen by virtue of you being surprised by an enemy attack, or other things. You can also gain skills that can move enemies around, though, and I really like those. I find those incredibly helpful. Portraits, crests, busts, and deeds are kind of these relics we get that are a form of currency that are used to upgrade the town that we're going to be in eventually. So yeah, it's kind of a different form of currency, and you'll frequently find stones and gems on your outings that can be sold. You may have noticed that he got a little white halo thing around him and a number. When you crit, you have a chance to lower your and other party members' stress, which is very good because health will refill between missions, but stress you need to deal with in a more long-term sense. Bandits trap chest. Something doesn't look quite right with this one. Well, that's because it's booby-trapped. This is the tutorial. This is scripted. Let's see if we can get anything from it anyway. I can't remember. Nope, it's just trapped. Okay, well, thankfully it didn't do any stress damage. So not a big deal. But yeah, there can definitely be trapped treasure chests. Or just traps on the ground that can pop up and do you some harm. So we're going to wrap up. Gives you, here's the quest reward we got. Here's the stuff we got. It'll tally it up for you here. And, of course, the other resources. Now, over time, you'll gain resolve experience with missions, and those will be used to level up the overall resolve of your character, which is very important later to have higher resolve characters and whatnot. And they also have a chance to just gain new quirks from battle. Hatred of Eldritch. Okay, that's good. Against Eldritch-type monsters, extra damage and stress resist. And in Brothel, plus 20% stress heal. Excellent. Those are both good traits. There are some negative traits
Welcome
that
home, such as it is.
you can argue
This squalid
are all
these
right. For
corrupted
instance,
lands,
rabies lowers your
they are yours
accuracy
now,
but increases your
and you
damage
are bound
considerably.
to them.
But for the most part, it's nice that they let you know what's what by having them in white for good traits and red for bad traits. Now, here at the end of every week, you'll get an activity log, a summary of what happened to your party and to your other party members in town while you were away. Quest goals, basically one for each boss you can kill, and one for getting each type of each class of character to level 6, which is the highest resolve level as far as I am aware. And by the way, you may notice there are 10 classes. 10 classes. I love the variety. There are similarities between certain classes, of course, but generally they are all different enough to be interesting
Most
as
will
well.
end up here.
Now the graveyard
covered in
is
the
where we can
poisoned
see fallen
earth,
heroes. You may notice a
awaiting
lot of things
merciful
are
oblivion.
boarded up. We have to complete more quests to unlock them. Ultimately, though, the blacksmith will be for upgrading weapons and armor, the guild for upgrading skills, the tavern and the abbey are for stress release, and the sanitarium is very important. Unfortunately, it takes forever to unlock, but you can put people there to get rid of negative quirks, which is just so helpful. Eventually, we'll be able to buy trinkets from here. Honestly, I have yet to buy a trinket in my main game. They're absurdly expensive and usually not worth it. And a couple of other things. Most importantly right now is the
Women
stagecoach.
and men, soldiers
Here,
and outlaws,
every week we come back,
fools
there will be
and
more people
corpses.
here ready
All will find their way
to
us now that the road is
be
clear.
recruited into our team. Illumination, Party Heal, ah man. Party Heal's good, but Divine Grace here is the best, as far as I'm aware, single target, the most consistent at least, single target heal. My goodness, excuse me. And is quite helpful. Unfortunately, the Party Heal frequently is not as effective as you would like it to be. Ruminator, minus 10% stress heal. Ugh, that's no good. Light above 75, plus 2 speed. That is great. That is great. I love that. My light is almost always above 75. Light below 25, minus 2, that's not going to be a problem. Is not allowed to visit the brothel. Well, fair enough. Battlefield medicine. I actually haven't used this yet. That seems like it could be helpful. Disorienting blast plague grenade. Huh. This is not like at all the moveset I'm used to with my Plague Doctor. I love Plague Doctors. Blinding Gas is really helpful. Once we unlock the guild, you can unlock these skills that aren't unlocked, although you can only have 4 active at a time. That's important to note. And you can upgrade the ones that you already have. It's quite good. But yeah, so here we can upgrade how many heroes are available each week and how many total we can have in our party at any given time. To be completely honest, I like to upgrade this once right away,
Word is traveling.
just to get more
Ambition is
options every
stirring in
week.
distant cities.
But
we can use
people,
this.
at least the way I play, which might be a little too safe, some people might think, I suppose. I don't have a lot of people dying, so upgrading the number of people that show up every week, eventually, I haven't done it, is basically what I'm getting at, above this first one, because eventually your roster fills up and then you're just not looking for something new every week. But yeah, increasing the size of your roster is a bit more important in my opinion. Now, I want to get an actual mission in on this video, but I don't want it to go too long, so let's set
Mecca
out.
of madness.
We have a
and
mission in the
morbidity.
ruins. The Cove
Your work
and the Darkest
begins.
Dungeon are not available right now. However, missions and multiple bosses in all 3 of these available areas. Now, this type of mission is, we don't get to camp because it's a short-length dungeon. We will talk about camping later. I love it. It's a really cool mechanic. Goals, complete 100% of room battles. Find everything and kill it, basically. We're going to get 2 busts, 2 crests, and 3,000 gold. Sounds good. Let's have Reynold in front, like we're used to. Dismas in second. And Plague Bearer last. Again, we will rename these people. There's a lot to get in this first episode, though. We're just gonna...
Cost of preparedness.
Now,
Measured
before
now
your
in
quest,
gold.
you have to buy provisions
Later,
from the Resident Evil
blood.
4 merchant here. Maybe several years later and missing a tooth. But there's food, torches, and shovels. Those are the three most important things, if you ask me. Food you need to recover, and every now and then, while you are questing, your guys will just stop and be like, hey, we're hungry, and if you don't feed us, we're gonna lose some health, and our stress is gonna go up. And torches, of course, you need to keep the light up. We're gonna go with 8 of each. Some might say that that's too much. I tend to take more provisions than needed, and I waste money like that sometimes, but I would rather that than run out of resources, personally. We're going to take 1 shovel. There's no guarantee that we're going to run into something that's going to need this, but if you do run into, there will be these basically just big, like, rock slides or something, some kind of big obstacle, and if you don't have a shovel to get through it, you will gain a bunch of stress and take a little bit of damage, and it's no good. Now, you can take these items to kind of use on certain interactable objects and make them more likely to do good things for you. For instance, holy water on fountains can guarantee that it'll heal you or lower your stress or even maybe give you a positive quirk instead of maybe the fountain being corrupted or possessed or whatnot. And you can grab a key for things that need to be unlocked. Bandages and anti-venom are for bleeding and poison. I'm not sure if there are things that you can... if there are interactable objects you can use those on. I'm not actually familiar with what all can and can't be used on those. For this first mission, we're just going to take 1 shovel and 1 key. I always like to take 1 key just in case. Sometimes it's a waste of 200 gold and I never come across anything that needs it. But I've been rambling now. Let's embark. There's still so much to talk about, like the Death's Door system. Basically, when your character gets knocked down to 0 health, they're put on Death's Door, and every time they take damage after that, I don't know the exact statistics, if it's a coin flip or what, but
than the seat
they have a
of our
chance to
noble
die.
line.
And healing them, even a little bit, will take them off of Death's Door. Yeah, we'll talk about that when it becomes a little bit more relevant. Why are you stressed already? That's no good. Also, this layout sucks, because now we have to go both ways. Oh, kleptomania.
Glittering gold,
See?
trinkets and
This sucks.
baubles.
This sucks. At least I got to illustrate it for you, though. Right away, he just said, yeah, I'm gonna take all of those. You may notice they were blacked out. I couldn't take any. None of them went in here. He just stole... like, over 1,000 gold from me, and I'm not happy about that. Decorative urn holds the ashes of the departed. See, these always creep me out, so I've never interacted with them. Okay. That was definitely worth it. Holy crap, that's 2,000 gold. Good stuff. Those always creep me out, but it's the first mission. No one's super stressed. I wanted to check it out. Alright, got a band of thieves here. No one needs this yet, of course. Disorienting blast. That could be helpful. Let's try and blight these last 2 targets. Ah, good. The Fusilier. This is the one that we want to take out the most right away. Mostly for that blanket fire. Point blank shot. Oh my god. They're really hating on our Crusader. Pistol shot. Let's screw this guy up. Illumination. Torch +5. Target -20 dodge. Interesting. Oh! Very good. You are damned. Good stress release there. We might actually need to bulwark with you eventually in this dungeon, since you're already in such a crappy place. Hey, guess what, buddy? If you hadn't stolen those bandages from me, I could cure this bleeding right now, and I would. So this is your own damn fault, Reynold. Let's pistol shot this guy now. Once again, I like to get rid of the little guys first. Illuminate his butt. Point blank shot! This is killing me. Doesn't matter too much that they move, although actually it does kind of matter because it means that I can't use him. When he's in this front position, he can't use his pistol shot to shoot the other guy in the back, so that does kind of suck. Let's... Oh, hey, battlefield medicine. Actually quite helpful right now. Chop this guy a new one. How can you shank him all the way back there? That doesn't seem like a move that should be able to reach that far. Let's Dazzling Light him. Even if it doesn't kill him, it... Oh, shoot, it can't reach back there. Of course. Well, let's try and... Yep, perfect. Got him with Illumination. Do we want to... We want to Blight you. Nah, resist, of course. What's his Blight? Is this 25%? Man, I feel like my RNG is just generally terrible in this game. Maybe everyone's is. Maybe it's just a cruel game. I don't know.
Perhaps the turning point.
But there are a lot of statistics that I feel should work out in my favor that end up not. I don't know. Let's move you forward. Honestly, let's give you a little bit to eat. Probably only going to get hungry once on this mission. Nothing in here. Very good. Maggots. Oh, shoot. Of course, right when we encounter them, our light goes down. Nothing that can target multiple enemies. There's little point in stunning. Well, what has... Okay, Illumination deals more damage. Actually, Judgment deals the most damage. Yeah, let's just start picking these guys off. 3, not great. These guys can be annoying. They get to attack a lot. Of course, the one you hit is like the one that most needs to just be let alone. Oh, double kill. Great, great stuff.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Boom. Perfect.
As victories
Alright, and see now we are very happy we brought a shovel because otherwise this would be very stressful to get past. Let's have you read up on the occult, maybe? A map is found, tucked in the volumes. This is excellent. Oh, it's showing us just that room. Alright. Sometimes you'll find maps or you'll be able to scout and it'll kind of like show you what's in these paths and rooms up ahead. That one was not particularly helpful. It just showed us that room instead of where any traps might be or extra combat. But, oh, here we go. See, here it's telling us, here's an interactable item, here's a trap, a red tile with swords crossed is a battle, and this, I'm still not entirely sure. I think it means there's like a fountain or some kind of holy thing in there. Sure, we'll take some gold. Here's a trap. I would wager that our highwayman, our rogue type, would have the highest chance of disarming it. Perfect. Good stuff. Let's burn another torch. Keep it bright up in here.
The promise of safety.
Any combat in this hallway? No, but people are starting to get hungry. Eat 4 food, gain 25% health. I am getting a little antsy now that I already ate some with my warrior, because we might need to feed again now. Fight. Ah! Please don't just tackle that guy. I would love you forever if you didn't. Oh, great. All my people are blighted. That's what I like. Resist. Honestly, I really want to do the dual attack to these guys back here, but I think it's really important that we not let him lose all of his health. You party heal for 1, of course. Grape Shot is great in this situation. Generally one of my favorite attacks, I would even say. Spit, you gonna get blighted again? Nope, thankfully not. Zealous Accusation! Yes! Double kill. Perfect. Couldn't have asked for more. Disorienting Blast? Noxious Blast? 3 to 5 damage. Could do Blight. Yeah, we have a pretty decent chance for a kill here. 3, does he get blighted? He got blighted! See, this is what I was talking about. 3 damage per round. He only has 2 health, so next time it's his turn, he's just gonna die. And that's great. Party heal for 2. Excellent. Love it. Loving the RNG. Dodge, not so good. Perfect! And boom. I love it.
Size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Let's see. Oh, thank goodness, we got some more food. Plus 3 accuracy, minus 4 dodge. I don't know, these trinkets, almost all of them have some kind of drawback, and I usually don't like it. Let's have Reynald check out the suit of armor. Ruins Tactician. Oh, that is awesome! I haven't seen any Tactician traits yet. That is really cool. Just bonus damage for being here? Alright. Now, we're halfway through this dungeon. I really hate that it dropped us off literally just as in the middle of everything as we could be. That is super annoying. Oh, shoot. Extra encounter from doubling back. Happens occasionally, not super common. Oh man, is he really the only one that can act before all of these guys go? Yep. Let me get... Oh, okay, okay. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's Plague Grenade. Resisted the Blight. Can't say I'm super surprised. Get to go again already, and you stunned him? Ah, you're a jerk. That's what you are. Let's get a party heal going. Zealous Accusation. Good, double kill. Another party heal. Honestly, whenever I have a Vestal in my party, they're usually relegated strictly to healing. It's really important to keep everybody up. There are so many, you would be surprised the number of things that can just show up out of nowhere and deal 3/4 of your character's health and damage. It sucks. Burn another torch. Stop people from losing so much stress. Or gaining so much stress. Doo-doo-doo. Now, this treasure room looks good, right? Usually there's a pretty nasty encounter you have to fight before getting the treasure in the room, though. Oh, a trap we didn't see coming. Did 6 damage and 19 stress. That is not good. Here, I know one of the things we can do is use a torch on it and it'll instantly fill up all of our light. Having said that, there's another table right down there that we can use that on. So let's just have new metals are synthesized. Some gold. Okay, I can live with that. Here, we can use a torch. Boom.
In Radiance,
full torch.
may we find victory.
I don't know a whole lot of those interactions, honestly. I don't know if I want to look them up or just experiment for a while, but yeah. Okay, this is what I was afraid of. These bone courtiers, I hate with a burning passion. They do that attack they just did, Tempting Goblet, and it isn't that terrible an attack, but it deals like 15 to 20 stress damage at a time, and it is a big, big pain. Please get blighted, thank you. Oh my god, leave Canoville alone. Perfect, just what I needed. Graveyard Slash, that's not good. Need to get some more healing going on here. Now, we have a decent chance of just killing this guy as opposed to wounding both of them. So I think I'm going to take that. Perfect. Perfect. Dead weight, that doesn't sound good. Hey, I do not appreciate that. If you could not have done that, that would be great. Oh my god! He's gonna go insane! Right here. He is going to lose it. I have actually never had a character reach maximum stress, and it's about to happen right now. Because they won't stop hitting my freaking Plague Doctor. It's very disconcerting. Once again, there's like... this is what I hate about starting with this crappy party heal. Like, this guy is so close to death, and all I can do is just be like, hey, here's one health. This turn. Do not!
Mortality clarified in a single stroke.
Oh my god. You jackass. You are the biggest asshole. Oh my god. This is literally the worst. This is the freaking worst. Okay, so when they reach maximum stress, their, quote, resolve is tested. And they have a chance to become heroic for it and get stat boosts and be fine. Instead, he's gonna be selfish now, which actually probably shouldn't affect too much. It probably just means he's gonna hang back here. But it just, like... You could still skip his turn randomly for no reason. It just, like, fucking seriously, on the first freaking dungeon, you're gonna be this much of a dick. Like, Like, I have to heal him, but I also just want to move back so that he can be in a position to attack, because right now he can't even use any of his attacks. Not that it matters, because he was stunned. 4 damage, Blight, thank you. Blight again, please. Yes! Oh, that's beautiful. Something very important to keep in mind that you might not initially guess, at least I know I didn't. Blight and Bleed will stack multiple instances of it to do, like, massive damage in one turn. It's very possible. A chest with our family sigil. Let's have, nope, that's not what I wanted. I want you to switch. I just want Dismas to open this. 200 gold. Whoopee. Okay, we get some scouting. That's good. Alright, it looks like we have one more encounter. And we're gonna have to get through a trap first. Disarmed! Great! That RNG is at least going well for me. Usually my trap RNG is freaking awful. Even if I see it, I can't disarm it. Sack is empty. Okay. Alright, burn another torch. Let's, eat some food here. We shouldn't become hungry anymore. If we do, I'm gonna eat my own words, but we shouldn't, because what should happen is we do this fight, and then we just get the hell out of here. I still cannot believe it's my first damn mission, and the Plague Doctor already went insane. That is ridiculous, because this asshole wouldn't... Oh, and now this guy's gonna be a fucking dick. Oh, good. This is grand. Look at all this stress. This is the worst imaginable first mission. I literally... Oh my god. I'm so... This is not good. Can you target yourself with that? Okay, good. Get you off of death's door. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. This is like the scariest party you can come across too, because they not only have the bone courtier, but this bone arbalist can be a fucking asshole too. Alright, let's do we want to lower his chance to dodge or stun him? 0% stun resist. Let's stun. Oh, God! Damn it, you can't target back there with that.
As the
Oh,
light gains
didn't even get
purchase,
debuffed. Wonderful.
spirits are lifted, and purpose is
Good.
made clear.
One hit kill there. Helpful at least.
Gaze.
Sure, let's just give all of the enemies every crit chance they could possibly get. Sounds good. Alright, let's stun this motherfucker if we can. Thank God. He can deal so much damage. He can deal so much stress damage. The whole thing really is just terrible. Okay, can only target those guys. I can target there. Okay, well, really I just wanted him dead. Zealous Accusation got it done for us. Hey, are you serious? That's what's happening. He's yelling at people being selfish, and it's low, and it's raising all of their stress. God damn it. That crit was very helpful, and you can see there, it definitely helped lower the party's stress. See, the one thing I do like about having the party heal is that, oh, what are you doing, buddy? Well, that's fine for now, but don't do that again. Is that you can get multiple people off of Death's Door with it at once. That can be quite helpful. Alright, let's just... nope. 2 damage shy. Death's Door again. And wipe him out. Oh my God, that should not have been so scary. Look at this. Like, these guys, okay. These guys can probably go out and on another mission before they need to take a break. But this guy almost died like 5 times, has 91 stress. Kind of the same thing here, like almost died. Lots of stress. That was awful. That was freaking terrible. We don't have any more food. We don't have any more food. I can't get him off of Death's Door. We could get hungry again, and that could deal damage. Yeah. I was going to get in this hallway and explore just these 2 items that we could look at least, but it's not worth the risk, honestly.
Room by room, hall by hall, we reclaim what is ours.
I mean, we got a metric butt-ton of gold, which is really good, because we're going to need it all to relieve the stress. But, oh man, that was a freaking shitty mission, man. Oh, good. Minus 20 bleed. That's not super terrible, but it's not great. And in the Warrens, see, minus stress resist is one of the worst things. Minus any stat. This game is tough enough. Minus any stat is bad. Truly. Accuracy is terrible. Damage is, of course, terrible. But stress, like, letting your guys get stressed more easily is one of my least favorite things. Quick reflex. Plus 2 speed. Jeez, why couldn't you all just, like, get a raw stat bonus? That'd be great. Of course, it's my loony bin guy who had to...
Once so well
okay,
regarded.
you got the Tavern in the Abbey,
barely
so
whispered
basically
aloud
it's like,
by
hey,
decent
you can
folk.
relieve stress on your guys now, which... Thank God, because holy crap. Ah, hey, look at... Okay, I like these guys. Highwayman is always good.
Evasive.
It took me, like, 15 of those 19 weeks you saw on my previous file to find a grave robber, so I haven't had extensive experience with them, but I like what I've seen, and I love lepers. Lepers
This man
are
understands that adversity and exhaustion are one and the
oh
same.
my goodness, excuse me. Contrary to what you might think, lepers are actually tanks. They take a lot of damage and they can dish it out too, believe me. Very low accuracy though, as you can see with these attacks. 65 base, 65 base. That's why I really want to get him this skill. And that is kind of like the only thing that sucks with him, is that you have to, like, almost all the time, that first round, you have to use for focus. just so that he can actually hit for the rest of the thing. Now, let's quickly figure out people's stress business. God-fearing. Okay, he will only put prey for stress release. So let's put him in there. And you cannot go to the brothel, but otherwise do not have any limitations on what we can do with you. Let's see. Known cheat is not allowed to gamble. You aren't allowed to gamble, and you aren't allowed to go to the brothel. So why don't we just switch those?
Fresh kegs.
Okay, we can't. See, this guy... that's really creepy. This guy will, every week, be in one of these slots as kind of an incentive for you to upgrade faster, and therefore have more slots available, so that, like, say you have a guy that can only visit the brothel, and you need to lower their stress, but he's in the brothel that week. Well, sucks to be you. Better hope you have a second slot, is basically what I'm getting at here. We actually have, let's at least increase stress recovery from praying, since that's where our knight is right now, and we definitely need him to recover more stress. You can't, okay, but you can gamble. Let's have you gamble. We'll increase stress recovery from gambling.
Diversion and dalliance await those who cross the threshold with coin in hand.
And then since we have a second highwayman, let's relieve Dismas a little bit with the drink. And I suppose we can upgrade that as well. Now, what's interesting is that bad things can happen while they're doing this. For instance, we could come back and Dismas has developed a negative trait where now he will only drink in town. Or our plague doctor, Canoville here, can lose a bunch and we lose 1,000 gold to his debt or something. Yeah, more stuff can happen while they're in there. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. This video too, of course. If you did, please consider hitting the like button. Definitely let me know what you think, both of the series, of my play, of the game, of anything. Let me know whatever in the comments. And if you would like to see more intense eldritch insanity action on this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you very much once again for your time, and have a good one. Bye.